You are now watching TV6. And on today's special report, we are going to be interviewing people at this park in Kuala Lumpur and asking them about their ethnicities and what the traditions are like where they come from. So you can come follow me.
Yep.
You, do you mind if I interview you? No. Um, today's report, we're going to be finding out about people's cultures and where they're from. Do you mind me asking, where are you from?
I'm from Japan.
Could you tell me about some of the traditions in Japan?
Yeah, sure. So, our traditional Japanese clothing is still important at the cultural event. The kimono known as its beauty, and it's worn at the wedding party and a lot of ceremonies. A lighter version is it's called a yukata. It's common at the summer festivals.
Interesting. So, do you have any celebrations in your country? Maybe festivals?
Yeah, we do. Our coming of age day, we celebrate here. Like a young adult who turn like 20. It's like a women usually wear like free soda with like a kind of like a longer sleeve, than longer sleeve than yukata or yukata. Uh, while like a man wear hakama or suit. And after the event, we usually gather with family and the friends.
Okay.
And also like we have a Japanese New Year. It's called Shogatsu. It's called the Shogatsu. It's usually time for family and family and tradition. People eat special food. It's called toshikoshi soba for like a long life. And osechi rori, it's osechi rori. It's kalfu holiday meal. And midnight temples ring bells like 108 times to like clean their soul. And their children also children get receive otoshidama. It's like a small like money from relatives or families.
That's interesting. It's so wonderful to see the presence of so many cultures here in Malaysia. Let's go see if we can interview some more people.
Okay.
Oh, these ones look interesting. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Do you mind if we interview you for a bit?
Yeah, sure.
Where are you guys from?
I'm from Malaysia. The same.
Do you mind telling me about the Malaysian culture and some traditions?
Yeah,
Of
sure.
course, the Malaysian is more included and influenced by Islam, especially for Ramadan. They include 5 daily prayers, and the major festivals like Hari Raya Aidilfitri, the end of the Ramadan, and the Hari Raya Aidilha, the day of sacrifice and charity.
From what I hear and what I've seen, Malay weddings are really grand. Could you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. Malay weddings usually involves a few processes such as akad nikah, which is marriage contract, and bersanding, which is seated blessings. And the celebration is usually musical and traditional.
Interesting. And could you tell me a little bit about what you're wearing right now?
Sure.
Yeah, of course. For men, traditional clothes is baju Melayu, and for women, they are wearing baju kurung.
Okay, and what about the festivals?
Basically, Malay culture, they value festivals so much. Beside the religious holidays, which is Maulidur Rasul, which is Prophet Muhammad's birth, is celebrated. There is also traditional arts like wayang kulit, which is shadow puppets, and silat, which is martial art in Malay, are also important in the Malay society.
I'm sure what the people really want to know about is what is the food like?
So basically, Malaysian food is flavorful and it's usually spicy. True. So
One of the famous food in Malaysia is nasi lemak. Y'all should try. It's good.
Thank you so much for your time.
Bye. Welcome.
Okay, let's go see if we can find some more people. Those two over there look like they're in some traditional outfit. Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hi. Could we interview you for a minute? Where are you guys from?
I was raised in Malaysia, but I'm born in Kenya.
I'm a Malaysian Chinese.
Ooh, nice. And I like what you're wearing. Could you tell me about clothing?
So this is called a cheongsam or a qipao.
And we're actually going for her auntie's wedding.
Oh, how nice. Could you tell me a little bit more about the culture and the tradition with Chinese Malays?
So the first, let me take you back to the history of Chinese Malaysians. So the first arrival of Chinese people was during the 13th century, and it was due to the Mongol expeditionary forces. And over time, their culture evolved, which blended with the local traditions. So one of the traditional holidays in Malaysia is Chinese New Year, which involves family reunions, the giving of ang pao, which is a red envelope with money inside. And we also set fireworks at night.
Interesting. Is there anything else you'd like to tell me about maybe festivals, celebrations?
So actually, one of the traditions that happen during the Chinese New Year is actually the lion dance. So the lion dance is it's a wearing of spirits, bad evil spirits. So this mostly happens during special occasions like weddings, events for opening businesses, and this is just wear of bad evil spirits. Something else that we also celebrate here is the Yusha toss. So Yusha toss is, I would say, a game, if you like to call it like that. So we throw up raw fish salad, and we say specific phrases like ahoy or
恭喜发财.
yeah. So this is to have a much more prosperous year, like a good year.
You mentioned that your aunt's having a wedding. Could you tell me about how the weddings are in the Chinese Malay culture?
So we actually have a variety of events that happen during the wedding. So right now we're actually on the last stage of the wedding, which is the actual wedding event. So the first stage is the proposal, and the next one is the betrothal stage. And then this mostly this is now like you introducing your family, how you're giving gifts to the family. So mostly you'll find that the groom is coming over to the mother's house to give gifts and to share a specific tea.
So, thank you so much for your time.
It was nice talking with you.
Okay, let's go see if we can find one or two more groups. Okay, we're back again, and it's raining typically, as it does in Malaysia. So we're gonna head inside and see if we can find some more people to interview.
Right.
Hi, could you mind if we interview you?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, where are you guys from?
From Russia.
Is there a large Russian presence in Malaysia, would you say?
To be honest, it's a little community in Malaysia.
Could you tell me about like traditions that you guys have or the culture?
Yeah, let's start from beginning. So Slavs, it originated from Central, Eastern, and Southeastern Europe. We have a rich culture, rich roots, and vibrant festivals. So in Malaysia, we have smaller community, but we still want to celebrate our holidays too and talk about holidays.
Yeah. This in Russia is Maslenitsa. It's the end of the winter holiday with feasting and singing. Another is Cupola Night. It's a midsummer festival with fire jumping, water rituals, and matchmaking competition.
Could you tell me a little bit about any religious festivals that you have here in Malaysia?
Let me tell. So in Malaysia, we celebrate two larger ceremony. The Association of Russian Patriots in Malaysia usually do events for Russians, Ukrainians, and we can tell that for Slavic nations. Also, we have some religion events in Kuala Lumpur in Orthodox Church of Saint Michael. So we have some events there. I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Could you tell me lastly about the food?
Let me tell about food. Our food is amazing. The main one is borscht. It's soup, red soup, beets-based soup with meat, with carrots and all vegetables. Another thing we have pilmeni, it's dumplings. In short, it's duff filled with meat. Yeah, so can be also with chicken. We have pies, a lot of pies, but traditional pie is apple pie. Yeah, so our food is not that spicy. Our food is salty. I can tell.
Sounds really nice. Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you. Thank you too.
And then I think let's try interview one last group of people. I have one last individual. Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Would you mind if you?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Can you tell us where you guys are from?
We're from India.
All of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you say that there's a large Indian presence in Bengal?
Yeah, there actually is. I feel like most Indians you find here are like either Tamils, Malayalis, Punjabis, Gujaratis, but there's also like many more.
Yeah, like Telugu and
Yeah.
others.
Yeah, and yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this, but like a common greeting that we have here is like actually Namaste and like Vanakam, and basically we like basically clasp both of our palms together and just, Namaste. And
An Indian custom called Aditi Devo Baba.
yeah, and that actually means that the guest is God, and so it kind of like shows the hospitality Indians have here.
Yeah. And we welcome everyone from every ethnicity because we treat everyone as equals.
The guest is God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's an interesting practice. Could you tell me a little bit about the community and maybe your celebrations and customs?
Well, celebrations.
That's a very festivals are a main part of the Indian culture. There is Diwali known as Deepavali.
Where we burst a lot of crackers and celebrate.
Yeah, it's like a festival of light, like light of darkness. Yeah, and then there's also Taipusam. People go to Batu Cave as an act of devotion. Yeah.
And then there's Telugu New Year called Ugadi, where we make a pickle and taste it, and the way it tastes turns out to be your fate for the next year, the coming year. If it tastes like sour, it's gonna be sour, and if it tastes bitter, it's gonna be bitter. If it tastes sweet, it's gonna be sweet.
There's a lot of different festivals.
There's Eid for Muslims.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then what about the food? I hear your food is like really spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, the food
It's
is
very flavorful.
very
spicy.
like spicy. Like, I mean, here we have like nasi kandar, chanai, but I would say a really famous dish is biryani. Because you also get like Malaysian style biryani and this Indian style biryani. Which is
And
like,
in India, there's like in few pots, the taste differs in few pots. Whereas like South, they like to mix it all together, cook it together, and then in the northern parts, they like to separate that. So
oh my god, yeah. There's also banana leaf, which is like my favorite.
So we call it Sadhya in Malayalam, in my language.
and then there are a few drinks that are really flavorful called like chai,
Lassi.
Indian chai.
Lassi.
Okay, is there anything else that you'd like me or like our watchers tonight to know about the Indian culture?
Yo,
Well, the clothing.
our clothing goes hard.
Yeah, the women wear like sari, salwar kameez,
Lengas.
And men usually wear like casual clothing, sometimes kurta pajama when they're attending events or festivals.
Yeah. Also, like jewelry is like a big part.
Yeah, gold is like, yeah.
Okay, I remember you guys saying something about like tradition and festivals. I hear your weddings are big. Could you tell me a little bit about the weddings, maybe the music?
Weddings are like grand. Like my sister's wedding was last July, and
lasted like 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
there are really like huge numbers of people, all invited at a very massive place to like celebrate our
yeah.
wedding. So big, huge DJs in the weddings, and like everyone dances.
Oh my god, yeah, everybody done. You will see everybody. You can be like 5 or you can be 80 years old and they'll be like on the dance floor. Yeah. Like,
And there is also like traditional dances in India like Bharatanatyam, Bhangra,
yeah,
Garba.
Garba. Yeah, Bhangra is like Punjabi and Garba is more like Gujarati celebration.
Bharatanatyam is like Kerala style, I guess.
Yeah.
And we promote music in all forms, like mostly like marriages, and like we do all types of dance styles all around the globe, and we include them in our movies as well because it's very specific. Where Indian cinema is famous for multi-genre films, which is like having multiple action, romance, everything in one film at a
Yeah.
time. It's like crazy, and there's songs, 3 to 4 songs every film, running 3 hours long. They do dance steps.
Still pamphlet, like, like
Yeah, especially the South Indian movies, they do super awesome dance steps.
there's so actually there's like many songs that have like gone worldwide too, like Chamak
Yeah,
like everybody knows.
Arabic Kuttu,
Yeah.
Tamil famous.
Thank you so much for your time. As we've seen today, we've touched on so many ethnicities and so many nationalities that are present within the Malaysian landscape, and it's been really insightful. So that will be all for TV6 tonight. Have a good evening.